All right, guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome in to VDC Expert Quarterfinals. We have an outstanding matchup for you guys today. I am so excited to be casting alongside the GOAT of all production, NuclearCats. Say what's going on, bro.
Yo, what's good? Happy to be back
Uh,
in the casting booth in a slightly I have a mute button finally, so I can focus on production and give a bit of some insight while I'm helping to make some wonderful VDC streams.
We love Nuclear Cats on the casting desk, but let's get into the business at hand. It is expert tiers time to shine. We have L Blackjacks versus MF the Mafiosos. The Mafiosos ranking in the 3rd seed as L7 Blackjacks are taking the 6th seed, just barely squeaking in to the playoffs slot. And tonight is going to be a battle of the ages. It is a best of 3, and as we are preparing for map bans, Nuclear Cats, what are you excited to see tonight?
Just some good gameplay. We got our expert tier playing. We got some map bans already coming through, but I'm expecting a lot. It's playoffs. These teams are going to give it their everything. So, hoping to see just some really close matches, some maybe some out of pocket picks because I love an out of pocket pick. Mainly when it's a deadlock
Indeed.
because I like deadlock.
I feel like
So,
we're seeing Deadlock become more meta now.
and I'm all for it. I mean, look, if you ask Sonder, I think they'll definitely tell you that I'm a deadlock believer. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe that's a vice, not a virtue. But I really would like to see just some creativity. A scent comp like where it's like Sova, KO, Jet, KJ, or Cypher, and Omen. It's so boring. Do pull the paper Rex. Give me that Reyna. Give me that Raze. Give me that Harbor. Give me that Viper, and then give me that Sky comp that they pulled out against EG. Like, come on. We want some cooks. Give me that
We
Gordon
want
Ramsay
some
comp.
cooks. We need Gordon Ramsay on the keyboard and mouse for VDC. But we have our first two bands coming in, Icebox and Bind. Pretty high band maps this season in VDC across all tiers. Turning out to be not so much a fan favorite in VDC as well as in our community in general. Do you think that opinion is starting to change, or do you think that this is a moot point?
I mean, I think it depends on the team, of course. I think a lot of teams actually do like Icebox. I think some teams have success on that bind. I think there's some teams that like that. But what is surprising to me is the Breeze pick. It seems like it's a very much a default to it's like a gentleman's agreement to not pick Breeze, huh? So I mean,
Yeah, this Breeze pick is
oh,
quite interesting.
excuse us. Uh,
Oh, as we are experiencing some technical difficulties coming into this map ban, just give us 1 second. So it looks like Breeze was meant to be banned here, not picked, but we're gonna get that quickly reset for our viewers at home. Let's talk about these two teams while we are waiting for this to be fixed here. Let's start with the lower seed, L7 Blackjack, right? We have the roster of Ian, Blazar, Golem, Babu, or in-game known as Lisan Al-Gaib, and Queasy. Now, I have played against a couple of these people before, Ian and Queasy in particular, and they are going to absolutely put on a show for you guys tonight. They are a force to be reckoned with, and I am very excited to see their fragging power come out to play to hopefully bring L7 into the next round of playoffs, which will be the semifinals. And then we have the number 3rd seed, the more favored seed to win this series. We have MF Mafiosos, where we have Blind, Jaded, Motions, Katie, and our good friend Media Stampy. So it should be a good matchup for the ages as we are getting back into map bans. The first map we see picked will be Ascent, which is probably one of the most picked maps in VDC this season. Oh, a Sunset pick coming in here from MF. That's an interesting pick there, and that is a pick that I really enjoy actually. So L7 will pick Ascent, MF will pick Sunset. We are going to go into these next two bands, and then we will have the decider map come through. I'm going to predict a split decider. I'm just putting that out there. Breeze's band, we all knew that was coming, so I could be right here. I have a 50-50 shot of having Split be the decider. Split's a great map to cast. I love Split. Shout out Casey's apprentice record of 10-2 on Split in 2 seasons. It's a great time. Great time. Great time. As we're waiting for this last band to come in. So going back into the Mafiosos, we have Blind, who won the Season 5 Expert Championship against TT, and that is going to be a big boost in the MF camp, as well as they know they have a championship level caliber player on their team. I also played against Blind and Stampede in the past, and they are very tough opponents. So this matchup between Ian Equeezy and Blind and Stampede are going to be is going to be a great watch. Now, the other three, I must apologize, I do not know much about. However, I did hear some good things about Katie and Motions throughout the rumblings of VDC, and I'm sure Jaded rocking that optic tag as their Riot ID. They're probably cracked as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing these individuals duke it out, and I am so excited as we are waiting for this final band to come in.
Optic pick. Do we think we're going to see that chamber? See some one deagle kind of headshots to be a bit of a pick out of left field? And okay, you're right.
Let's go. And we have Split as the decider. Oh, it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night. Lotus was banned by MF. Split will take it. And as we wait for the side, the choosings of the sides for the two map picks, there's a possibility I won't be able to cast Split tonight. But hopefully this series should be living up to his expectations, as MF does take the attacker side on Ascent first, and Sunset L7 does take the defensive side. Interesting to note that historically, these two teams do pick the weaker side for their picks in order to kind of maybe have the harder side of the map go first. If you get momentum on the weaker side, the stronger side will be a lot easier for you. It is a gamble. This is a strat that I used to use, actually. And the decider will be Mafiosos on defense and Blackjacks on attack on Split. And we are moments away from kicking off this historic VDC matchup in the quarterfinals.
Well, you already got your one prediction right. So, L7, they're hosting a season-long gamble. So while we do not endorse gambling with real money, do make sure you always play responsibly. When it's fake money, do you think you might want to put in some bets? Do you think it's gonna fit our gamble tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we always have to shout out L7 for their gambling powers. We love the L7 gambit here, myself especially. I'm a very avid gambler when it comes to VDC, and only VDC, definitely only VDC. And I am looking to throw some gambas into here now. How this is going to go is another question, as there is going to be I would say this is a very unpredictable matchup. Even though this is separated by 3 seeds, I do think this is going to be an interesting matchup, a very close matchup, I should say. However, my prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 L7 here tonight. How about you, Nuke?
I'm kind of, I don't want to call myself clueless, but I'm just gonna try to defect from you, and I'm gonna call it a 2-0 MF.
Oh, so you're thinking no map 3?
Yeah, I don't want to cast by myself.
That's fair. That's fair. Don't worry, I'm sticking by you the whole night. We're not going anywhere. Solidarity, brother. Media heads stick together. All right. As we are waiting for agent select to come in. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. I'm so excited. I just want to get in already. I just want to get in. I want to see some good Valorant here tonight. I've been deprived of Valorant for a week. I need some good Valorant in my soul for tonight. So you're talking about some switch ups. Now, what agents would you see switched up here on this Ascent comp? As Ascent is probably one of the most vanilla maps in VDC, or in Valorant as a whole, I should say.
Well, I think we've seen a couple interesting innovations, I'm going to call. I think they're innovators, the people running Fnatic Sentinels. They're running the double Sentinel with using the Cypher and a Deadlock. And again, I'm very much biased with the agent picks, but I think it is worthwhile. But the only caveat being you need both a competent Sentinel and someone who's comfortable playing an agent that very few people actually play. So I don't know if we'll see it, but I'm welcoming it. That's what I'll say. I think the Clove might be a site we might see. Maybe we'll see someone trying out maybe an Omen Viper comp, but honestly, it might be a map of fundamental gameplay here with two very predictable comps coming. So I'm excited to see it though. Always a fan of good fundamental play.
I love some good fundamentals, but I also like those wild card play. Gamble stacks go the right way and things not to one of the gambler stacks team's favor. So, for example, if a team buys A and then they push A, that we're in for an all-out bloodbath. And if we're gonna get pure fundamentals, or are we gonna get some wild cards here? So, the Jet Hover, Go by Katie, the Omen by Stampy, the Omen by Stampy. It was to be expected. Stampy, Omen one trick. I said what I said. Just kidding. I love you, Stampy. We have Babu. Coming. All right, we're just fixing out some media. I think we're all good to go here, as we are going to see the lock-in on Sova and Jet and Emotions hovering Cypher. Now, oh, there's that deadlock. New could be a happy camper. As we are looking at the double Sentinel hover here from L7. Surely Ian doesn't play Sage, right?
With a Harbor solo controller?
Surely Ian doesn't play Sage here.
Did they listen to my monologue? Did they catch me monologuing and said, "Hey, this guy's cooking. This guy knows what he's talking about."
This guy's
no,
knows
I
what he's
don't.
talking
There's
about.
a reason why I'm in Prospect.
No, you do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, teams hire me as a coach. I'll take a box of like a box of Twinkies.
There you go. Blizzard hovering that Yoru. There's 0 seconds left. This will have to be a lock. Ian hovering the Yoru. Wait a minute. There's going to be a roulette here.
They got lucky with a roulette there.
They did get lucky with the roulette. I'm hoping that was a roulette. Oh, or sorry, I'm hoping that was a last minute pick by Blizzard. They are going to get Gecko there. This is interesting. I don't know if I would be risking this on a playoff map here. But hey, we'll see if it works. And I think it'll be a testament to L7 if they do make this work. Blizzard playing Gecko. We're looking at this. L7 does seem to have the more wackier comp with the Yoru and that Gecko. We very, very rarely see Gecko on Ascent, although it is welcomed, as Gecko, I believe, is one of the most balanced agents in Valorant at this moment of time. But we look on the side of MF, we have Jet, Sova, KO, Omen, Killjoy, a very fundamental Ascent comp. And this is going to be the battle of the unpredictability of L7. I think this can work in L7's favor here.
Yeah, I'm a believer in the Gecko. I think there's some really good spots around the map where you can get some really cheap Dizzy lineups, both in the A main and the B main as a defender, which they are starting. L7 is starting on the defensive side, so I believe they might have some good tech here for the defensive side to get the most out of Dizzy. I think that's the core of what can make a Gecko map, is whether or not Dizzy makes sense. Because I think both of the other pieces of utility are I don't want to call it superficial, but it's very sensible. The wingman, it's like a raised boom bot. The molly, it's a molly.
Mm, right, right.
And thrash, it's like skydog, but instead of concuss, it's a detain. But dizzy is, I think, the most core component in making Gecko work, because you could throw that thing 12 times, but like 10 times around if you throw it and then pick it up. That's why I'm a huge believer in Gecko. If you can throw it right up in the air and it falls right back down on your feet. So
Yeah.
B main, A main, there's places where you can do that, and it will keep getting you in places where you can do that, such as in the B main. I'll actually travel there if you want to follow my camera, and you can see where I believe Gecko might make sense. Over here, B main, right here. You can throw that dizzy right up in the air, and it scans the A main lane. Similar thing over in B, where right behind this window you can throw that dizzy into the air, and it can scan. Basically, it has a POV of where my camera is right now, and you can see if there's people cuddling up right outside B, and really pull some funky moves off, especially if you have your Sova with an Odin, which we saw VeeKay kickflip during that Mythic Grand Finals just 2 nights ago, pull off in mythic fashion. So
all right, so you do have to reset this map really quickly. Allegedly, Blizzard crashed, and that's why we had that roulette happen with the Gecko. That was not a intended issue. So we are going to have to restart the map really quickly, and we'll be right back with that tech pause. Yeah, let's do it. And we will be right back after this short tech break. All right, and after that short delay, we are indeed back. We are now in our agent select for realsies. They get another go at it. If they were in good faith, they would pick the same agents, bar Blizzard, which is something that they are doing. So they are going to rock the Killjoy instead of the Gecko gamble there, which was quite funny to see. And I feel really bad because Nuke went through all that awesome Gecko tech just to not see Gecko on this map, and I'm really sad about it. I was excited to see Nuke cook up some strats there.
Yeah, I'm for hire. Come on, some team like I don't know. I'm a little sad about it, but I mean there are maps too where I actually don't like Gecko, and he's probably like some of the most played. Like Bind, I can't play Gecko there. It just doesn't feel right because I can't do those because like in on the A site it doesn't come together. I don't think there's lineups where I can do that. Neither on B site it seems. Aside from like that skylight in Hookah, it's like the only place where you can do that, and it's actually not even that good because it doesn't really have a good POV. You could probably if you had a neon, you could probably outrun it. So I'll leave that to my teammates. I'll play Deadlock there.
As a duelist main, you will never catch me on Neon, dude. Neon is the bane of my existence. I'm not a big Neon supporter.
Yeah, but like you can play around during the pre-round with the dash slides that recharge. Like you know how you can use Raze's blast packs or Jet's updraft during the pre-round, but then it doesn't recharge.
It's like having that, but with a recharge.
Yeah. So you can do it, but there's no repercussions. There's no consequences. So obviously, what I'm pitching for here is you should be able to throw infinite blast packs during the pre-round.
Right? Agreed. I like that. Just like how when you have the cheats on in customs, that you can just be bouncing around everywhere. I would love to do that in pre-round. Also, bring back 2 jet dashes. Hot take. I missed that time. That was a fun time.
Yeah. I won't hop on that ship with you.
Said you're on your own. As we are finally in the lobby here, we are hoping to not experience any more issues. However, it does look like Blizzard is crashed once again. What is happening? As Blizzard is on a crash. All right. So Nuke, how's your day going?
Good. Got to see IMS from the air. It's a lovely racetrack.
Ooh. Oh, we are ready. So we are getting underway. Our lovely producer, NuclearCats, is going to unpause timer here.
Hooray.
Oh, yippee! Hooray! All right. It is time to get underway. Here, VDC expert quarterfinals, MF Mafiosos versus L7 Blackjacks, and we are live. And it is going to be an A hit, B hit. As Stampy with that blind coming out, with that Omen blind coming out. And now blind going to be stalled out by this Omen smoke. There is going to be kind of a standoff here to see where this execute is going to be. They are going to force back into mid.
And we are. Fall. They're not going to have that knowledge about the flank. But it looks like they might not need it. The 5 scale take into the B site or the A site.
And Golem is going to take first contact here. Cannot pick up one. Katie gets the kill. There is no trades alive quite yet. Babar gets one. And then traded out immediately by Katie. Katie with 2 entry picks, which is very pivotal for their team here, as this is going to be a 3v5 retake for the side of L7. And Stampy looking to take some aggression here with Katie. They were able to do some armor damage here. Queasy trying to take this Heaven control and to try to get one pick. They do see Stampy. They will take out Stampy. It is a 3v3. All evens. Ian takes down one. Queasy takes out another. Blazor takes out another. And what seems to be an impossible retake has proven to be the possible. Round 1 goes to L7. Wow. What did I just witness? What an insane retake. That was very losable for the side of L7, but they made miracles happen. And I told you pre-game, Ian and Queasy, those are going to be your 2 key matchups to counteract Stampy and Blind. And Katie did so well to get those opening picks, but unfortunately Queasy and Ian are online tonight. They're feeling themselves, and this is going to be a great matchup. I can already feel it. As we are getting into round 2 here, it is going to be a default B stack, as we saw they did the same time last round. There's more presence on the A side this time. What a shot from Queasy. That is textbook jet play, but they can't find the. But Stampy can't find the trade. It's a classic versus Guardian. They are forced to back up, and look at this rotate coming in. Blind taking a lot of armor damage on Golem. Golem is on 1 HP. They have to fall back. It is a 5v4 with Blind and Golem, both with heavy armor damage. Smokes do come out mid, blocking off that tree entry point. Take flight. This looks like this is going to be a mid aggression towards Pizza. Whether they pivot into market or spawn will be decided on the base of the Sova drone. Space being taken now. It looks like they are going to move into that B position. Queasy gets 2 on a 3K. Queasy online for the ace. Will L7 shoot in? Let's find out. They know where the final 2 are. They are going to hold this spike position. Queasy going to get a little bit aggressive. Ian gets 1, but Queasy gets taken down. Jaded takes 2, but Golem takes down Jaded for another L7 win. But to take 2 guns off of L7 on the side of MF is very pivotal.
Yeah, it was a really good round for them to you know, just make sure to get it close to them. We always see some cases where the second round ends up going the other way, and it kind of always puts that doubt in your mind of you know, the second round is normally always a given, so to lose that is always a ego damage. So it's always good to get that secured.
Oh, absolutely.
Much more passive they are. MF are playing this time around, with all of them kind of sitting in the spawn or lobby area. Oceans and Jaded both sitting on the B side lobby, and the rest of their team in the A side lobby. No mid presence, so Queasy could take this mid space up here without much of a hitch.
Cover going out.
I'm excited to see what Babu is going to do here. I think he did hear that contact. You're definitely going to hear that. Is going to hear that ult orb. Most likely coming to the team that there is presence. A main, a smoke will go out. Stampy will cross into Wine.
I think actually might have seen him.
It is unknown if Stampy was spotted by Babu. And Ian getting out of that gunfight, but taking so much damage, 32 HP. And then Queasy getting some damage through the smoke. Not enough, though, to do potential game-changing damage. KO knife does come out, does find Golem. Golem knows they are trying to take this presence. I think, again, could have spotted Jaded's foot there.
30 seconds left.
Golem knows where this hit is going to be at. They hear that tree presence. They know mid is good. It's most likely going to be a split. Blind is going to entry the site. They do have a free site. This is going to be a full retake for L7. Babu going to take the first contact with the main. Does see Stampy. Do they know Jaded is in trees? Flash does come out. There is one dice. Blind goes down. Or Blind, Jaded, and Stampy all find their frags respectively. It is now a 5v2. Golem is pinged by the KO dart, or sorry, by the KO knife and the Sova dart. Golem again trying to take some damage here.
One enemy
Stampy takes another, and could he find the last frag he can for a 3K, and it is a flawless on the side of MF. What a response.
Yeah, that changed too. That changed for them to play really passive and kind of give a bit of time for the round to bake before they really start to commit to something. I think was a really good change from what they've done the previous 2 rounds, which seemed to be put some early aggression onto one of the lanes and kind of take space much more rapidly. I think it's a good change for them to slow it down and really try to out-strategize rather than just out-aim. So can't wait to see if they keep this up and are able to tie it up in this round.
We do have a 5 stack towards the presence of A. It looks like that KO dart is not going to hit anyone. So this is quite a quiet play here by MF. Stampy waiting out that one way. There is a smoke that's going to go out mid. And we are just awaiting this contact here from MF. Looks like Stampy is going to work their way into Wine. There is a lot of util coming out now from the side of MF. L7 almost pushed back in a way where they can't believe how fast this takes. Stampy gets 1. Ian gets the trade though on motions. Falls back out of the fight. It is a 4v4 with the retake with all 4 members of L7 in that heaven area. Ian is stuck between a rock and a hard place. They do have some help through their teammates' utility. And Ian's about to drop a sight. Stampy gets 1. Ian cannot find 1. Blind finds 1. Katie finds 1. And Blind finds another. It is 2-2. MF tying this game up in round 4.
Really strong post-plant hold for MF there. Just seemed really disciplined to not give them too much of an angle with 2 Omen and KO hiding both behind Generator, and then Sova and Jet hiding in Hell. Just being really disciplined, making sure that they keep the advantage that they got themselves earlier in the round. So seems like they're really playing smart to make sure that rounds don't slip from their hands, especially when it's on equal buy. And now we're going to have an eco for the side of L7.
And that round was so pivotal for MF. You know, you see that round 3 is typically usually going to the team that buys the heavier guns, but round 4 is where the game really starts to be even, and whoever wins round 4 typically has the control of that half. Obviously, it's Valorant. Crazier things have happened as we are going into this round 5 very slowly. We have a solo hold on B site from Queasy, trying to jiggle peek for some contact. Golem also trying to jiggle peek tiles for some contact. Queasy is going to get lucky here. Sees 2, backs off wisely with these Blade Storms. With the Blade Storm being online, Ian is going to get that contact with the clone, with the flash. If this KO dart does come out though, and Stampy sticks a TP. There's a huge timing here between Queasy and Stampy. Who will figure it out? It's an award. Stampy gets 2. Incredible spray transfer from Stampy. Does know Ian is there. Also sees Lazar. Stampy doing it all, getting the space for their team to get onto site, goes down to Babu's shorty there, and it is going to be a 3v4 retake. However, it is pivotal to know that Babu is at 1 HP. He is 1 shot away from a Vandal. Lazar going down as well from Motions. Motions takes out Ian too. It's 34. 2 shot from a Vandal. My apologies. No, it is a 1 shot. I can't math. Gets 1. What an insane shot. And that was, whew, that was crisp. That was clean, but wasn't enough to win the round as MF takes round 5.
The boldness for Stampy to stick that TP in such a precarious position on top of B side, the wall that I can bring the camera to. He was right here, and stuck that TP. It's such a bold play that somehow paid off with a wonderful double dome on to bring it into a 5v3 site take that really sold that round. Or not sold, no, it really made that round.
That's Stampy's gameplay, right? Hit that smoke, be aggressive as Omen, and it's so effective for him in this league. However, Queasy is going to take the aggression into tiles here. Spike is down. This could be very detrimental for MF here. Golem takes out Katie, and this is going to be an interesting play. I don't think Queasy knows. No, Queasy and Golem do not know they have control over the bomb. Stampy is going to aggress back into tiles to get that bomb control. It is a 4v3 in favor of L7. And L7 looking to respond very strongly here with that Tiles aggression. There is that lurk from Blind here outside of A main. Stampy trying to hold that Tiles presence alongside Motions. Stampy again proving to be one of the hardest hitters in this game so far. And the smoke's going to come out mid. They are going to show some mid aggression, and this is huge. There is no mid presence on the side of L7. MF have mid for free. If they play their cards right, this should be an easy mid aggress here. They are going to pivot towards trees, which is where they're going to find their first contact and Golem. Golem getting some armor damage, getting a 140 dink on Stampy actually. So again, starting to fall apart here for MF. But Lazar is very low. If Blind can figure... Lazar gets one, though, before going down to Blind. And that is huge. 12 seconds to plant the bomb. Can MF get the bomb down? It looks like they will. Planning on that default site here on A. Ian, in heaven, looking to take that contact. Waiting for Queasy. And... Wait for Queasy and Golem in trees. What a flash here by Ian to get their teammates onto site. It is a 2v2. Falling apart here for L7. One is held. Both get. Oh, what a spray transfer again from Queasy. Queasy picking it up to bring the game back to level. And it is 3-3 L7 MF Queasy. Oh, that was so nice. Queasy said, Stampy, whatever you could do, I could do better.
Yeah, it's always a scariest moment when you start getting co-linear with your teammate along with an enemy. So I think we've seen that in, I think, back-to-back rounds, Stampy's full TP and Queasy doing on that retake, where they get really close and the single shot can nearly take out both enemies. As for Queasy, it seemed like that was the reality rather than almost the reality. But still, 2 kills secured off of a single spray is never to be shunned at.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it does very well for Duelist confidence as well. As we're seeing Queasy and Stampy having almost the exact same KDA. Stampy just nudging him, nudging the KDA war with 3 assists as we are going into round 7 here. Blizzard are going to take some aggression into B main as a Sentinel. You could be wondering what the gameplay there was, but Ian picks up Stampy, and we are all evens, 4-4 right now in this round. They're going to take some mid-aggression. Katie looking to get this tree contact, which what they don't know is no one is in trees currently. Queasy picking out mid and getting jaded.
Here.
And that spike, that's huge. Queasy again looking to get another pick. Does spot Blind. Ian gets one. Oh, Ian, go on. But Blind gets 2. Wait a minute.
One enemy
it's
remaining.
falling apart potentially. Blind versus Babu and Queasy, but Queasy with another 3K to their name this game. The second one of the match for them to pick up the fourth, to put L7
Stick to
in
your
the lead
roles
4-3.
and we'll crush it.
Yeah, you can even just look at the scoreboard and look at how critical Queasy is to the success of L7 right now. 10-4 to 0, but it's a duelist. They're expected to get the frags, not the assists. Getting lots of assists from the KO and the Omen to help set them up, to help them take these engagements, to really help. With both the early rounds, it's just the info that a KO knife can give in a single initiator comp. That info is so critical to know where the enemy is. Probably going to get a little bit of info on
Blind for Blind coming out. An Omen Blind for Blind. As there is going to be an execute here on A site. Stampy, Katie, Jaded, all on the score sheet here. Lazar gets one. Babu gets another. KO ult is online. Let's look at Katie's health. Katie's health is 1 HP. Queasy.
Spike planted.
This is still winnable for L7. It will end up being a 1v3. Does Queasy clear this corner
Last player
here?
standing.
They heard the footstep! And Queasy unfortunately cannot pick up that kill. Motions picks up 2 instead, and it will be 4-4, all tied up once again in map 1 of VDC Expert quarterfinals.
Honestly, she won't miss that finger.
I do love that play that L7 did try to make there. It was an unfortunate round loss, but breaking the A site door such that they wouldn't have to break themselves. And always put that first because it's a default position to take on a site exec to get to switch. Both sites get to switch, close the door, and force the enemy to have to break on the retake. But if it's already broken, they can't do anything else.
Alright, and the KO ultimate coming out from Katie. This is going to be a fast B hit. Lazar, how much can you hold this site? And Lazar is good for 0 there as Blind gets the entry, as a good Jet should with that KO ult. Stampy in a really good position. Ian with the ult though as well. I don't think cleared Stampy, but goes down to Golem anyways. It is a 4v4. A lot of ults coming out. The KJ ult, the Yoru ult. But the Ian does not flash Motions. Motions gets a free pick as Ian was stuck in the animation glitch, or in the animation. Golem is detained, going to be taken out by Motions. What a shot, Queasy. The Queasy is online. Queasy, Babu, Blind, Jaded, Katie, the 5 members of this matchup alive, fighting. MF looking to close out this round very shortly here as Babu looking for these exit picks. Oh, finds one, but traded out by Katie. A little messy there. Jaded does go down, so MF only saves 1 weapon here, but still 5-4 in the favor of MF.
Yeah, that. I believe what happened. The issue was when you kind of run out of time in the Yoru ult. I think you can throw utility at the perfect time, and it kind of not. I don't want stunners, but it makes the advantage of the exiting animation and gets the utility to go just as late as possible to try to confuse your opponent. But just a little bit too late, and the animation comes first, and you can't get the utility off, and you're going to take it out, and you couldn't destroy that KJ lockdown like the team wanted done.
What a KO knife. That was crazy. And look at this A hit. Ian just gets spotted by. Wait a minute. Ian gets spotted by a Sova guard. Gets one. TP's out with their life. Katie then picks up a 2K. Jaden picks up another. We're all evens here. 2-2 in round 10.
Planted.
Queasy's on the flank, and KJ is down on the attack side, so they do not know if Queasy is back here. Katie's super low on the health.
And here we go, Queasy. I don't think they're expecting it. Gets one! Jaden trades out the other. It's a 1v1 situation. Blazar versus Jaded. Jaded top of the leaderboard. Blazar bottom of the leaderboard. Decide for Blazar to potentially redeem themselves, but Jaded picks up a 3K, their first 3K of the map for an MF win of 6-4.
Yeah, I would like to play. You can see that Jaded has the Hunter's Fury online and ready to use, but he didn't go for it. He didn't commit to the play of using the Hunter's Fury like a lot of people might try to do. And it saves it for a round where they might ultimately need it and play for the time, instead playing for the kills, and got it, securing another MF round, and they're gonna have at least a tied half, if not a possible 8-4. So we have to see if L7 can answer it back.
And with L7 being on the side of defense and losing, it could be very detrimental for later rounds. However, that is something to be worried about in about 15 minutes time, as we are moving on to round 11 here. It looks like it's going to be another A execute. Ian TPing off. There's 3 from L7 showing presence here. Blind with the pre-fire. Does go down to 1 shot with the Vandal. That was a mistake pre-fire. Run and gun. Accurate gunplay here from Valorant. But Queasy gets one. Does get the trade from Stampy's earlier frag. It is going to be a retake here on the side of L7. Jaden gets one. Jaden gets a second. And Blind gets the 5th kill of the round, closing it out for MF. 7-4 here. And L7 is running out of momentum.
Yeah, especially for a map that is somewhat considered to be the defensive-sided map. It might be a bit tough for them to get much momentum on the attack side, but you never know, you might catch that second win and be able to claw back some rounds. But it's going to definitely be a very steep hill for L7 to climb. They want to be able to take their map pick off away from MF.
Gun here.
I believe this was
L7's pick.
Or,
You
yeah,
get what I mean?
correct.
Is there a
Yep.
Yeah.
As we are going back into another A execute. Again, no one on the site here for L7. That could be the detrimental force behind these easy A execute. Stampy picks up Queasy, which is huge for the side of MF.
Spike planted.
Blizzard does take down Stampy though for the trade.
Initiated.
Not a lot of armor gains there. There is going to be a Sova ult here. Ian gets another. Motions takes down Blizzard. Ian gets a second. Motions takes out Babu. This is trade for trade Valorant here. They now have control of the site. There is no Sova ult for post plant. Jaded is main. Jaded goes down to Golem. Last one is spotted. Trees. No aggression here from L7 quite yet. Smoke is going down. And Ian with a 3K to save the round for L7. 7-5 in the favor of MF going into the second half of map 1.
Sides.
Nuke.
We are strong.
What
we
a
are
half
together.
of Valorant.
Don't forget
What
that.
an emotional roller coaster, one might say, if you're an L7 fan.
Exactly. It's kind of hectic. They got those first 2 rounds, got themselves on the board early, but just didn't really have the luck to keep it going around throughout the rest of the half. Thankfully, to close it up, only a 1-round or 2-round game currently, thanks to their final round success, despite some of the utility coming through from MF, such as that Hunter's Fury, to really at least bring us to a closer game and give themselves a little bit of hope and maybe a little bit of momentum to make this second half as possible as possible.
Revealing.
Yeah, I think if we did see an 8-4 half, it might have been all she wrote for L7, but that round saving potentially their hopes. There is going to be a mid aggression here on the side of L7. They don't see maybe Motions. They don't clear. Motions gets 1. Motion gets 2. And Ian gets 2 as well. So trade for trade. We are even 3-3 going into this round. As we are going to see some aggression here again. Some counter aggression here from MF. And we are looking to take this A control. It is going to be a pivot through trees. We have 1 in A main, 1 through trees. Ian going to TP with Queasy. Katie does have this crossfire though. Does spot, I believe that was Queasy. Blind in heaven, goes down to Blizzard. It is a 2v3 situation. Katie makes it a 2v2 situation. And oh my goodness. What is going to happen here? Katie just slow clicking around. Does see Queasy. Picks up Queasy. It's down to Blizzard now. It's a 2v1 for MF. It's falling apart for L7. Blizzard does get some damage done. Katie gets 1. Can he get the other? Oh, it goes down to Jaded's shock dart. And L7 with a perfectly execute aggression into A, with a perfectly executed pivot into A, but falls apart on the post plant to make it 8-5 MF.
Perfectly placed shock dart that was from Jaded. I muted the whole round, or unmuted the whole round, so you might have heard my tapping on the observing. But that was a really perfect play for Jaded there to secure that last kill in a very, I think, a unique way for a last kill to go. But definitely was a very well placed shock dart just to make it safe. But on the eco, L7 will be here. Ultimately, I believe we're going to have a 9-5 game until.
Turret out.
We're just gonna have to wait to see if they
Scanning ahead.
get the rifles in.
L7 cannot allow this game to go to a 10-5. If this game goes to a 10-5, it is going to be a very big uphill battle on the side of L7. They are making a lot of noise A main. That KO dart spotting 3 L7 members. Blind looking to take that contact. And this is the difference between MF and L7's post defensive rounds. There's bodies on the site. However, it doesn't matter. Queasy gets 1. Katie gets the trade. Katie gets another. It's a 4v3 situation. Goes down to Babu. Blind and Standing getting their frags respectively. It is a 1v3. Blizzard is at 19 HP. This is going to be a rough one for Blizzard. However, I believe Blizzard could pull some magic out of the bag here. L7 needs Blizzard to pull some magic out of the bag here. And it looks like they are going to just kind of sit here and whine, maybe prey off of that non-discipline
30 seconds left.
style of MF. But Blind takes out Blizzard, as we saw our little rabbit friends having a nice little dinner. Alright, and it is 9-5 as Nuke predicted. This is the round. This is the round that kind of determines how the rest of this game is going to play out. If L7 fall here, it is going to be a very, very, very uphill battle. However, with the firepower that L7 have, it is possible to make this comeback. MF, on the other hand, looking strong, looking disciplined, and looking to take map 1 as we go in here into round 15. AO Knife spots no one. Alright, so I have to radio cast, unfortunately, due to some technical issues, but here we go. So they are all, so 4 out of the 5 L7 players are on the side of A main. They are looking to take this fight here on A main. However, there's 3 individuals on A, and that is Blind, Stampy, and Katie. Blind gets the first pick on Babu. And it looks like they're going to fall back. They're going to regroup onto mid. They are going to walk through mid very slowly. And by they, I mean L7. It is a 4v5 here in the favor of MF. They are about to take this tree aggression here from Ian. It is going to be Ian versus Katie on the first contact. Stampy does smoke off Ian. Ian TP's into B main. And it looks like it's going to be a B main pivot. This is good movement here from L7. However, again, a discipline from MF showing that they are not scared to hold down a site, as there looks like there is going to be a take here as Queasy enters that B site. Blind does take down Blizzard, however. They don't know that Jaded is back site. Jaded takes down Queasy. Ian takes down Jaded. They are going to get... No, they're not going to get bombed down! There's no time! They have to play for frags! Blind gets 4 kills! In incredible scenes as a L7 blunder comes in as Spike does not go down. And they are calling for a tech. A tech pause is going to come in here. We will return back from this tech pause, and producer here does have to have a little bit of a reset.